everybody, I'm Kendall and this is Bank Shipping.
What's up? Glad to be back. Sorry for being gone. Me and the family took a vacation out to visit the in-laws in Montana. So we was out there for a little over a week. So I was enjoying some family time. The old girl got some much needed rest. But now we're back at it. Today we just had a pickup. Since I just got back or whatever, I just picked up a load. I didn't really want to deliver it today, so just picked it up, and it delivers tomorrow. It actually has 2 stops, one in Frederick, Maryland, the other in Rockville, Maryland, so not too far of a trip. And then we come right back, get another load. It also has 2 stops on Friday, and so on and so on and so on. But shouts out to my firstborn over there. She gave the intro. Did a great job, got her on the first try. But yeah, so we just got a short load. It's not a full load, it's actually only 40 foot. So you know, this is something that I would have taken on my Hotshot, but now we're in this, so of course fits on the bottom deck, so it's not as tall, it's nice and low, not as many straps, so I can't complain for the first load back. And it's actually, let me walk up here, it's actually the first load. I don't know if you guys saw the picture, but I got my fenders back on. I think I did a video, I can't remember. But you know, so it's the first load, you know, with the new look of the old girl, which 20-inch bumper, 14-inch drop visor. I think she looks good like that. I think she looks better than she already did. You know, she was looking good with the other stuff, but I think she looks even better now. Y'all let me know down in the comments what you think. But just wanted to make a short video, you know, tell you guys that I'm back. Sorry that I was gone. And I will probably post the winner of the hat giveaway here shortly. Like I said, since I was on vacation, I really just put everything to the side, you know, YouTube, the driving, all that. You know, I really took a hiatus for a little over a week and just focused on family time. You know, with the start of summer and the kids getting out of school and all that stuff, it's important, you know, always spend time with your family. You never know when your last day is coming. Tomorrow's not promised today, so make sure you spend as much time with your loved ones, whether that's friends, family, whatever. But wanted to make a little short video. Wanted to talk a little bit about how much money you can make in trucking, whether that be Hotshot or being in a semi. Because, you know, on a lot of social media, whether that be Facebook or other YouTube channels or whatever, a lot of guys tell you how much you can make. And what happens is, when you see how much money that somebody else is making, that causes a lot of people to jump into the business without knowing what they're doing or without knowing what to expect. Now, with that being said, you guys know, the people who follow my channel, you all know that I don't give specific numbers. And I don't give specific numbers for that main reason, because I don't want anybody jumping in this business not knowing what they're doing, thinking they're going to make the money that I make with 5 years in the business, or somebody with more years in the business who have worked their butt off to solidify contracts, direct clients, all that stuff. You know, they jump in, they think they're going to make that money, and then they don't make that money. They fail, or they take cheaper rates, or whatever it be, you know, because they watched somebody on YouTube or saw something on Facebook that made them think they're going to become rich. Let me be the first one to tell you, if nobody else tells you, you will not become a millionaire in trucking. It's not going to happen. In order to be a millionaire in trucking, you have to start out as a billionaire. The reason people say that is because trucking is a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of up and down and how much money you can make. Things change from day to day. I'm not saying that you can't make a decent living, because I mean, come on, if you couldn't make a decent living in trucking, I probably would not be in it. Well, not probably, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put myself into a business that I can't make a decent living off of. So in trucking, yes, you can make a decent living. But if you think that you're going to become one of these millionaires, or trucking, whether it's being in the semi or Hotshot, is a get rich quick scheme, it's not. Let me be the first one to tell you, if nobody else tells you and you listen to nobody else, it's not. It is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a hard work, put your time in, make money scheme. That's what it is. Simple as that. So you can't even call it a scheme, because it is all about the work that you put in. Just like any other business, the work you put in is what you'll get out of it. But more so in trucking, because you have to bust your behind, because there is a lot of competition out there. Now, with that word, competition, I don't really like that word, because I don't really look at other drivers as competition. I look at them as my brothers, because we are all in the same industry. We all do the same things. We should be looking out for each other, taking care of each other, helping each other out. So I look at each and every one of y'all who are in trucking as a brother, not my competition. Now, some other people may disagree with me. That's fine. I'm not here to change anybody's opinions. I'm just giving my own opinion based on what I've learned in the years that I've been in trucking. Not everybody views you as brothers. They view you as competition. So they will cutthroat you like no other. You can have a load booked for $600 on however many miles, and they might come in and cut you half. It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everybody in trucking. That's just part of the game. But it don't have to be. See, the second that everybody starts realizing that we are brothers and not competition, it might be better for everybody. Now, hear me out. This is just my opinion. Instead of being cutthroat, coming in at half the cost at what somebody else does, yeah, that might be what's best for your business. You might need that load for your business, and I completely understand. You have to do what's right for your business, but why sell yourself short? Because now I understand people might not know that somebody else had that load booked for $600. That's just the way brokers work, if you're working with a broker. But if you do know that and you want that load, sell your service. See, there's been times where somebody has underbid me from a customer, and the customer still goes with me because they know my service. They know the service that I provide, the service that I say I will do. So when you do that, they will be more apt to paying the high dollar for your service. Okay? So you don't have to be cutthroat. Just work hard, show your service, get it out there, stay committed, and you'll start working your way up to those good rates. Now, you're still going to have people who are cutthroat. They're never going to go away. Okay? So, how much money can you make? Well, that's up to you. And the reason it's up to you is because it depends on a lot of different things, okay? It depends on your overhead. If you got a brand new trailer, a brand new truck, you might have more overhead than somebody with a used truck and a brand new trailer. Or somebody might have a cheaper overhead with a used trailer and a used truck. Yes, my old truck and trailer is still here because the guy hasn't completely picked it up yet. But it's sold. It's not mine anymore. So overhead is a big thing. Your equipment, your fuel costs, if you're staying in hotels, your insurance costs, all that stuff, all that goes into your overhead. So your overhead may be more than the next person. So if that person says, hey, I made $10,000 this week, okay, so they made $10,000 this week. Good money, great money. But their overhead may be $7,500 for the week, okay, or $8 grand for the week. We'll leave round numbers. So that leaves them $2,000 profit for the week. Now, you may say, man, I really wish I was that guy, that I made $10,000 that week. I only made $5,000 this week. But your overhead may only be $2 grand. So now you've profited $3 grand for that week. So even though he made more money, he grossed more money than you that week, you profited more. So in your mind, with that example, who fared out better that week? One person grossed 10 grand and profited 2. One person grossed 5 grand and profited 3. So you see, when you look for how much money you can make in trucking, A lot of people don't tell you that it's relative. It's relative to what your overhead is, how many miles you're running, all that. All that is relative. So don't get caught up on the, you can make $10,000 to $15,000 a week. Because people see, oh, $10,000 to $15,000 a week, man, I make $1,500 a month. I'm gonna go into trucking. But then what they don't realize is once they get into trucking, they pay for their authority, their insurance, their equipment, all that stuff. They have no contacts. They're running load board freight. They're running for $1.50 a mile because they don't know what they're doing. Then they say, oh, well, I'm only making $1,000 a month. I'm doing worse than what I was doing at my 9 to 5. See what I'm getting at? It's not all about the top dollar, the top figures. A lot of people are telling you what their gross is. They're not telling you what their profit is. And that's the killer right there. People don't tell you what their profit is. Yes, it sounds nice. Yes, it can be done. You can make anywhere between 0 and 15. There's probably people making $20,000 a week, if that's possible. The sky's the limit, depending on how much you run, how much you want to go get it. But the thing is, you gotta watch your expenses, because you can get yourself in trouble real quick thinking that you're gonna make all this money, but then have a high overhead, high expenses, and then you're really not making that money. So I advise you guys, if you're watching YouTube, you're thinking about getting in this business, and you're watching YouTube, you're watching, you know, or on the Facebook groups or whatever or whoever you're talking to, don't get caught up in the gross. Just don't get caught up in how much they say they made that week, because most of the time when people tell you how much they made that week, it's the gross and not the net. By the time taxes and all that stuff comes out, it's completely different than that $15,000 they say they made that week. Now, there might be some guys that are out there profiting $15,000. I don't know. I'm not one of them. I'll be the first to tell you I'm not profiting $15,000 a week. It would be nice. But what I'm saying is, don't get caught up in the gross, the overall. You know, somebody can say my business made $250,000 this year, but then you turn around and their expenses might have been $150,000. Now, $50,000 a year is still pretty good money for some people. And that takes me to my other point, is it's all about what's best for you. You know, some people can live off $1,000 a week. Some people can't. Some people can live off of $3,000 a week and be well ahead of everybody else. And some people may barely be able to pay their bills with $3,000 a week. It's all relative. It all depends on what works best for you. So before you jump into the business strictly off of how much you can make in trucking, there's a lot more research that you have to do. A lot more things that you have to be prepared for in this business, because you never know, and you don't want to get caught up in a situation where you've started a business because you think you're going to make a bunch of money and it doesn't work out. Now your business has failed. I don't want to see anybody's business fail. That's why I started this channel. That's why I'm 100% straight shooter with you all. Now, some people may think I'm not a straight shooter because I don't give my numbers. But I don't need to give my weekly numbers or my monthly numbers or my yearly numbers, because that's for me. That's what works for me. What I do, what works for me, may not work for the next person, the next person, the next person. It's just how life is. It's how it works. All right. So just wanted to throw that out there, because I've been seeing a lot about how much can you make in trucking. That's probably the biggest question asked. Probably one of the biggest questions that I get asked. You know, people DM me or whatever, or see me in this truck or whatever. Hey man, how much money can you make? And I give them the same answer I'm giving you guys now. It's all relative. All depends on what you have, what works for you. Yeah, I could go out here and say, yeah, you can make $15,000 a week. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. There's guys out here making $10,000, $15,000 a week, but I can't tell you what your expenses are going to be, so I can't tell you what your profit's going to be. Therefore, I really can't accurately tell you how much money you're going to make in trucking, whether that be Hotshot or semi. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, share the video if anybody's having any questions, you know, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you have a video that you want me, or a question that you want me to do a video on, a how-to, whatever, I'm an open book. You guys know, if you've emailed me or DM'd me or whatever, you know I might not respond the same day or the next day. It might even be a week, but I do respond because I'm trying to help and motivate as many people as I can. I don't want this video to be a Debbie Downer video. You know, I don't want you guys to think that I'm trying to keep anybody out of the market or anything like that. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to make sure the people that do come in this market have a good head on their shoulders and good knowledge of what they're getting into before they get into it. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end the video. Like always,
Stay prayed up, grind hard, and stay humble.